desire in this video is to see if I can articulate and describe something that I understand about how consciousness is shaping reality. It's very directly related. I want to come at it really from the inside experience of what is my consciousness doing that shapes reality. And I see that as the shape of my reality is influenced by my desire for engagement or my desire for not engagement or actual rejection of engagement. And then there can be neutrality, which is also good. I mean, that allows something to reveal itself without your push or pull. Desire and non-desire creates push and pull. And, desire for engagement creates a dynamic of your consciousness that moves out and towards whatever it is that you're desiring to engage with. Whatever it is. Person, animate, non-animate, internal, external. Actually, that can also be an inner directed thing, but it's still kind of in a way, even though it's inner directed, there's something that can be like an attraction that's going inward. This is how the universe can actually expand through scale in all directions, inward, outward. It's like I have the image of the leaves filling out the branches of the tree. That's kind of the filling of the space of inside the tree through the exploration of those kinds of, trees do it through geometries, then the leaves, of filling the space in between the branches and exploring space that way. They're creating reality through their particular, what trees are doing. They're creating the shape of space by filling it in their own particular way that they are, that their DNA unfurls in patterns. And then it receives, it's not just, every tree is different, right? Even though there's patterns among species, every individual tree is going to be a different expression in relationship of that pattern to light, to environment, to other trees around it, everything around it, insects, everything, the wind, the stars probably even too. So, okay, so that's one example of how consciousness is shaping reality through trees, or through plants or whatever. You can let your imagination start to trip out there. But as far as what I'm doing, what we're doing, our response to what's around us, which is, it's not homogeneous, it's highly textured. Reality is highly textured, and we are exploring through the texture of the present day surface, the present moment surface of this liquid crystal of reality. Each of us is dynamically engaging and moving through it. And mostly you're guided by what you are liking and what you're not liking. Does something lead towards pleasure? Does it lead towards pain? Is something desirable, something that you're curious about, you want to engage with, or is it something that is you maybe already, and or you've engaged with before, or you're having an interaction and it hurts, and it's like, no, I don't want to do that, thank you very much, and you go elsewhere, you redirect, I mean, how it is that you engage with something that doesn't feel good is, and there's lots and lots of possibilities. You can fight, flight, or freeze, or just redirect, or heal. There's all kinds of ways that there can be engagement with what you don't like. And that's all directed from the inner desire, push-pull. How do you want to? What is your inner unfolding, your desire that wants to shape you in relationship to everything that you are engaging with all those different surfaces of reality? As we engage with reality, it actually is, it's shaping what's emerging into the field, into our consciousness. It shapes what's our dynamic engagement is engaged with from out there, with other. And how does that happen? How does that work? For us to come into the moment of what is that relationship? How is it that we are doing that? And are we nourishing a respectful, healthy emergence of reality? That's the universe I want to be in, where that happens, where everything is like trying to find the relationship that actually is encouraging with great respect, with great spaciousness, with great love and wonder. Spaciousness, really. How is this going to emerge, and how can I encourage with my own light of attention, for that emergence to be wondrous, interesting, healthy, joyful, not just for me, but for whatever it is that is doing the emerging, How do we do that in a way that is just really what we really want to be, what the relationships that we really want to have. Can we create relationships that are actually healthy and are encouraging the best out of us? Instead of trying to control each other because we don't feel safe, or we feel like we don't have enough, that somehow we aren't enough to be here, or I don't know, it's, whatever it is that your particular contortion of your own psyche is, that does not allow respectful, nourishing engagement, really. That's what to look at. Am I being respectful? Am I being nourishing? Is what I'm witnessing have openings for respect? Is it being respectful? And is it being nourishing? And if not, how do I understand that? And can I encourage something else? Or do I need to just give it space until it figures it out? All of that is, those are all explorations of my own direct engagement with the universe that is actually influencing what emerges. Can I take responsibility? Can I become aware on a really direct, in the moment, with a question mark level, that is willing to have what's true to be revealed to me in a way that I'm willing to engage with it in a way that hopefully leads to health. I mean, that's the desire. We want to turn this disrespectful, toxic direction around. We need to find the medicine. We need to create the medicine. We need to see this toxicity that's going on and be able to go, oh, I'm engaged in that. What is my relationship to that? And can I become the medicine? You have to become the medicine that is able to go, hey, this can go differently. I see what's happening. It looks like these choices are being made. Do you want to go there? I don't want to go there. I don't want to go into toxic choices. I want to have healthy, respectful, nourishing choices. And what are those? We don't necessarily know what they are, but if we can listen to what we're doing, we might be able to hear, oh, if it's not that, maybe it's this, you know? Yeah. Every toxin is medicine in the other end of the spectrum. You know, at the right dose, at the right perspective, at the right distance, without just saying that the toxin shouldn't exist and is evil, without doing that, but rather seeing, oh, that is a way that reality can move itself and shape, and it has these effects. And does it desire to do that? Does it really desire to do that, or is it doing it out of some program and fear that actually would like to change? And can I hold the space large enough that says, you don't have to stay there. You don't have to stay toxic. I mean, it may be some work to be able to make some different changes, to make changes and to make choices that are different. But even if you do it once, it's not, you know, you'll start to set a reference point. You know, we're in this very dynamic field. And even if you just have the desire for it, even if you're not actually able to make a different choice, even just to recognize that you would have a desire to not be stuck in a toxic pattern has power. Somewhere in reality, that desire is being answered. Somewhere in reality, it may not be through your own body. Well, you holding that intent that it be available somehow, sometime, somewhere, it's going to help the field to create that. You're resonating with that energetic pull or desire for there to be medicine and different choices. It's not trivial. Let yourself desire to not be toxic. Without judgment. You know, the only place for judgment, I was thinking about judgment earlier. You know, we think of judgment as, usually we think of judgment as negative. I judge you wrong, I judge you damned, or I judge you guilty as charged, whatever. That, we don't usually think of the word judgment emotionally as I judge you innocent, or I judge you right and true. Maybe I judge that you win, but that's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. So, but we do judge things. We have an innate kind of movement in our consciousness that shapes my desire through being able to go, this is good or this is bad, and judging it. And so there's a better relationship to have towards what it is that we are judging. The relationship would be more of just recognizing this feels good and this does not feel good. And I have a desire to move and work in certain ways. And can I engage with my reality of what feels good and doesn't feel good in a way that I create more health and beauty and love and spaciousness and good relationship and a good reality for myself and everything. But I'm my best measure. This is where I have the most experience. If I can actually listen to this, there's a lot of information that comes through this about reality. And so to be, using this incredible technology that we are, divine technology. So, and listen, let yourself hear, what is the response that you have to reality? What do you like, what do you not like? If you judge it, you finalize something. You've actually kind of enslaved it to a particular picture. I want to be able to navigate. I want to be able to ride, navigate, feel, be nourished, nourish other, and create. I want to be able, all of those are very active engagements with the reality field. And to be able to really come into conscious awareness of how I'm actively engaging with the reality field, the main way that we can see what's happening. I mean, I guess all the different chakras are actually doing it in a different way. They're all engaging differently. So to be aware of how these different centers of awareness, I have a mental field that engages in thought articulation and assessment. And I have an emotional field that engages with like and dislike. I have a physical sensate field that engages with pain and pleasure. And I have a physical spatial field that engages with navigating through space. I have a gravitic field that helps me engage in balance and symmetry and pattern. Yeah, maybe the pattern field is in another chakra that is much higher and larger. Maybe I have, a star chakra that is, I'm not very in touch with this, but actually there have been moments where I've realized, there's a star chakra that is engaged with my relationship into the cosmos and into that sense of space, which is very, very large. That's a very large conception of self. And I don't really understand it very well. I'm sure there's, some from here, I don't understand it very well, but that could be a very interesting study. I bet there are people who are doing that. Thank you. See, my desire for that to happen is allowing someone out there to be doing it. And they're doing it, their being able to do it is actually helping me. It's not like we all have to be the same. We're not. It's a very highly, infinitely, massively textured reality. And you being able and willing and joyfully unfolding your own texture in a way that is fun for you, fun for you, fun for others. You know, nourishing of reality, nourishing of your own self, you know, that it's in balance, it's harmonic, it has good thoughts, it has expansive thoughts, it has learning thoughts, it has, you know, new conceptualization and information coming in. It's open to relationship and having that go well, and having community build, and having friendships build, and having having the revelation of reality become ecstatically revealed. Excuse me, and available to be engaged with. You know, may it be. That's the reality I want to be in. It's not about, I mean, if we're engaged in that, whatever gets created out of that, gonna be good. It's gonna be really good. And, you know, if it's not about having to, you know, knowing that you are a creative source, and that is really a gift to reality, you know.